I think it's very normal, like for a young child to want to impress their father. So, and especially before your morals get formed as you become a thinking human being. I think he grew up with the mafia life. It's normal for him. He doesn't know any better. So yeah, I'm sure that as a young person he did, but which is and just credit to Quincy for how much of a nice guy he is, despite
Welcome to The Story Thinker, a Webtoons and Witcher podcast for superfans with scene-by-scene analysis. Featuring sharp co-hosts for a fuller picture, we dive deep into character psychology, relationships, and theories. We'd love it if you could like, subscribe, comment, and rate us on all podcast platforms and social media. For bonus content, you can support The Story Thinker on Patreon. Let's begin.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 114 of Midnight Poppyland. And we are here with Veronica and Patty and Darla.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Okay. And Darla will start us off. It's a very exciting episode. So, woohoo.
Yeah. Packs a punch.
So we are reading episode 114. Okay, so now we will begin. Memo from the boss. We're putting a number on this chick. They say the notebook's with her, and she's the one leaking those videos. No way. She even out of school yet?
It looks like she's 5.
Who the hell cares, stupid? You want us to go down like the 9 daggers, bitches? Exactly, motherfucker. Shit, no. And get this, boys. Apparently, she's with some Baltimore elite. Who's gonna fund all my addictions?
That's very self-aware, by the way, of this guy. To recognize
I need
Oh my god.
float so I can have my addictions covered.
What are his addictions, do you think? I'm like,
For sure cigarettes, because like that's what I am addicted to. So like oh no, I gotta make sure I have, like $20 a week so I can buy a pack. There's that, and I'm sure, like party drugs. Coke is pretty common.
Yeah.
Pills.
Yeah.
fashion items.
Oh yeah.
I bet you they like to gamble too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
for
they definitely
sure.
look like gamblers. Absolutely.
For sure.
They're
Sure.
definitely putting bets in somewhere.
Oh man.
So yeah, now Poppy's name is everywhere. This is like really frightening because everyone, I thought they were looking at a picture at first, but because they're all looking down, I don't see like a camera or like a phone anywhere. But like she is not safe anymore. This is terrible.
Well, one of the
her face is
episodes
definitely
she had that
different.
picture up of her, and it was like not the most flattering picture ever.
Of all her worries, huh?
Forgot what episode it was. It was the one with Yadori's eyes being all like crazy,
Yeah. His eyes are always crazy though.
Yeah, but
I know,
if you
he
think
is.
about it, if her name is on the lips of these lowlifes, like it's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So eesh,
It's
This is not looking good.
Everyone knows.
not looking good.
And
She is
what this
known
also
everywhere.
tells me, it's like in terms of the story, we're not going to have Poppy just be a regular citizen anymore. Whatever is going to happen on out, it's going to either be with Tora or it's going to be gang related. There's no such thing as Poppy is going back to normal life. So I think that the whole drama will just like pick up and pace in the story because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we are headed deep into the deep end of the Mafia plot. Get ready, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, Darlene is ready.
Okay, so continuing on. Hey man, you heard about the notebook? That fucker Goliath has major dirt on everyone in the city. Shit, yeah, everyone's talking about it now. All the bigwigs are in trouble for real. Baltimore elite for real? Oh shit, no wonder the bounty's so high.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Oh, homegirl got money on her head. That's not good.
Tora bought that house just in time.
Do you think they would be speculating on which 𝗏𝗀 elite it is?
Well,
I
I guess they clearly don't have the picture then, because they would know who it is if they had it. So
yeah, like I feel like they would say the name.
Yeah.
Like they have her picture, but not the 𝗏𝗀 elites. Like
So can we name who the 𝗏𝗀 elites are that we know of?
Mhm.
I think it's just going tattoo, right? So
Well, wouldn't it be like Tora, Scharch?
I think didn't Martin have one too? I can't remember if he did or not. I know Claude did.
Have a tattoo? Wait, shit.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm looking.
That was so long ago.
Because he doesn't seem to have one. Well,
so we know for sure Claude, Scharch, Tora. I wonder, do you think they count Quincy? Because we know he's got 2 of them.
Or is it just because he's the heir?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on like who they consider elite. Like, is it, do you have like the royalty, which I guess would be considered Vince and 𝗀𝗏 and Quincy, and then you've got your task force,
or like your inner circle.
Yeah,
like
maybe. I don't know.
They're part of the inner circle.
Possibly.
But everyone still thinks Tora's gay, so maybe he'd be like, well, of course, okay, later on, whatever. But from these little dumbasses here, like they would still think that Tora is gay. I would think.
Well, and if we do count Quincy as part of that, yes, I know I'm insane, but that would count as plausible deniability and the fake relationship plot. Yes, I will die on that hill.
I still think that is definitely something to come up as well.
Yeah. Especially given what happens, later in the episode.
Yeah.
Drama brewing might be in that direction.
Yes. All right. I guess continuing on. So here we see a bird's eye view of Vince sitting in his lonesome chair.
No one wants to be
with his drink.
Being so alone looking.
Yes. So lonely and sad, miserable with his wealth.
Well, you know what Tor said earlier in another episode, it's lonely at the top.
Oh, that's so true.
He did that to himself though.
Oh yeah. He chooses
so
that.
Deserving. Okay, so now we see the flashback of my man said I haven't with a cigarette. If you don't trust me, get Martin to find it for you. I'm just a muscle around here, so what do I know? Vince being all sad, angry, miserable. That lying little rat.
That's because you're dumb and it took you a month to figure it out.
Right? Like,
I know.
Oh my god, he's so dumb. Okay. Vince, Scharch's informants are here.
No, Scharch. Super annoying.
Am I saying his name correctly? I don't even know.
I don't know if anyone's really saying his name correctly.
I've always said it's Shark, but again, no indication of shark, like the fish.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I've just gone with what everyone else has said, which is shark.
It also well with the whole gill and goldfish, so that's
oh my gosh, that's the okay. Yeah, whatever. I mean, just gonna say it however
it's fine.
I say it.
Shark
do you.
A match made in the sea.
All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, that is a match made in the sea. That's so perfect.
Right.
Speaking of which, I'm working on I was working on a meme right before this, but it's gonna take time. Ah, okay. Anyways, all right. Vince, Scharch's informants are here. Send them in. Good day, Master Baltman. Evening, gents. Lovely suit. Cashmere.
Of course. Vince is like,
Played
well,
to the
I have
ego.
serious business. Yeah, but we have to admire this fashionable suit.
And like a
Oh my
cashmere suit, though, that's kind of uncomfortable because cashmere is not really that soft.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. But
Oh.
legit, like, weren't we talking the other night? Like, is this all this dude wears? Like, it's been like a month in comic time and he doesn't wear anything else.
Mhm.
Because that's his only fancy suit.
Yeah,
That
right.
green-haired guy?
Yeah.
That is his only fancy suit with his only chain.
Mm-hmm.
Almost feel bad for him. He's a wannabe. He's such a, especially with what he says. He's such a major wannabe, and he.
Oh yeah.
Yes, absolutely. He wishes he was a major player.
Oh, he totally wishes. Me? Thank you, Master Baltman. Not cashmere, but it's made from the next best.
Oh, it's like he's such a superiority complex. Like,
Yeah.
I want to show off to the fashionable boss.
Which I think we know what Vincent is doing here. He's like warming him up so that he gets as much information as possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you could tell his buddy over here, like Mr. Nose Ring, is like not amused by this conversation at all. Like, you know, he has heard this shit about the suit like 5,000 times by now.
Yes.
He's done.
You probably have to go shopping with him. You know,
Yeah.
like examine, like, yes, you look great. Yes, you look wonderful. You look wonderful in the last 50 suits you tried on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, continuing on. So Scharch says you two witnessed just one of my men being involved in this whole notebook mess. Proof? They have the proof, Vince. Where's that proof you took of him and the girl? Take it out now, you idiots.
Oh my god, these guys are so dumb. What is wrong with
They're
them?
so
Like, I don't
dumb.
want
Scharch is
They are
like,
dumb.
what the fuck? This is his what the fuck face.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at them.
They're like the Two Stooges, seriously.
Like, if you're standing in front of Vince, wouldn't you want to have your proof ready right then and there? Because if I'm
would
Vince,
think.
I'm going to cut to the chase.
Yeah.
You like, walk in with photo blazing.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, here, take it.
Yes.
Print out a giant, like, poster size at Staples. Demonstrate.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but like, if they're being paid by Shark to do this, like, the dude's a fucking psycho. Everybody knows this. Even the people who work with him know he's a psycho. Like, so if he's like taking them up to Vince, like, he's putting his reputation on the line, bringing in these imbeciles. Like, even though he knows that they have proof, he's just like, stop stumbling. No one cares about your suit. Tell them about the fucking photo.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to piss in his Wheaties. I'm just saying.
By the way, like, I know the story was conceived of pre like the AI revolution, but like now at work, I've been researching like nonstop how we can use AI in like marketing and design.
Mm-hmm.
And it's insane what you can do. And like at this point, I wouldn't trust a photo anymore, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
If
true.
somebody knows Photoshop well enough, they can fake and trace anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now it's like these skills are becoming accessible to, you know, the layperson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which, as we all know, has its issues, but we shall see how it goes. That's not Poppy. You didn't see anything.
Exactly.
If only it worked that way.
Okay, so continuing on, so Yadori. It's over here, Master Baltman. He goes by the name Tora. My men saw him with that girl, Popular and Wiltz, and she has the notebook.
First
Word on the
off,
streets again, Dad.
Mm,
first
Oof.
off, no one's mentioning that they have proof that 𝗵𝗵𝗱 has the notebook.
Right.
Like, so far, no proof has been given. No proof has even been asked if 𝗵𝗵𝗱 has the notebook, or even talking about how she has the notebook. They're just like, I have proof that, like, Tora is involved with her. Like,
right.
how is that damning?
Yeah.
Like, just because someone had said, like, 𝗵𝗵𝗱 has the notebook, like, Tora's, like, all of a sudden his love life matters.
Well, and I think it's because they fed, like, I get what you're saying, and they definitely don't have proof that she has the notebook. Ultimately, the only person who has proof that she has the notebook is Tora, right?
Well, yeah, and the only person,
and Gil. He didn't have physical proof, but he knew it was in her stuff. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that Gil fed that information to Scharch, and Scharch was like, let's put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. He's not a Dumbo, unlike these two guys.
Yeah. It's like, it's easy to set them up to seem like it, but there's still no actual proof that 𝗵𝗵𝗱 has the notebook.
Yeah.
Well, those
like, and they, they have nothing to show.
Yeah, it's all hearsay, right?
It's all hearsay.
Like, we know she had it because we're the audience, right? But like, there's only, like, Gil knew she had it because he was rifling through her shit. And then Tora knew she had it because that's why he was chasing her in the first place. So, like, there's only 2 people who have laid eyes on
like,
her.
𝗵𝗵𝗱 didn't even know she had it. Like,
right. It was just in her junk, which, you know, I'll be honest, I have so many empty notebooks. They probably could have found the notebook in my bag.
Yeah.
And
So,
don't you think they're still, they're using 𝗵𝗵𝗱 as a, what's the term? I don't know.
Like a scapegoat?
Yes.
Oh, they're definitely using her as a scapegoat.
Gil still has it, right?
Yes.
Do you think? Okay.
I feel like at this point, Scharch probably has it.
Right. Like, they probably both have access. Yeah. So I think it's a very smart move on Scharch's part to still use 𝗵𝗵𝗱 as that scapegoat, but time will tell on how much Tora or whoever will reveal to Vince of what exactly happened. But I mean, as of now, 𝗵𝗵𝗱 would be off the hook, though. I mean, she really doesn't have it, so. I mean,
unless he plants it
like
on her stuff, because if they know, like, they could get anybody to do this, they would just have to get anywhere near her, which right now is impossible because she's not anywhere near where they're located.
They don't know where she is, but they could try to plant it in her apartment, but she already moved out of her apartment, so that's the last thing left there. And be like, well, this is a random thing to just leave here, you know? Or like, if they planted it in her office, that you know, at the company that doesn't exist anymore, so that the police had raided at that point.
And from an outsider's perspective looking in, like, if we didn't know Tora, if we didn't know 𝗵𝗵𝗱 or any of that stuff, if we looked at her having the notebook, what has she done since this time? One, somebody's tried to break into her apartment and kill her, and her place was ransacked. The next day she moves out, she doesn't have a job anymore, right? And she's skipped town. Like, some people might see that as, oh, you know, she's really scared. Like, we know she's scared, we know she's innocent, right? But outsiders looking in are going to be like, that's suspicious behavior,
right?
Right, like she suddenly disappeared. Because her roommate, her not her roommates, her friends didn't skip town. They just had people hanging out with them. She's the one who skipped town. So, like, I could see them trying to, like, erroneously put 2 and 2 together, that, like, okay, she really has this, or she's involved in some way. Okay. So, are we ready for the big reveal?
Yeah.
So we see a couple of boots on the ground, and they say, "Word on the streets again, Dad?" And of course, we get two dudes bugging out because they've probably never laid eyes on Quincy because he's a masterpiece. If this concerns
their beady eyes are not allowed to lay their look at him. Like
right?
Those are not eyes that should ever be allowed to look at Quincy.
Not at all.
Like, no, that's just like, no, they don't deserve it. Like,
especially with how well he's dressed. I mean, look at that. I mean, he's got the like
in his stance,
sexy forearms.
Yeah, the rolled cuffs. You can see his strong forearms. Those buttons are in place, but it's tight. It's tight.
They're struggling just a little bit.
Just a little.
And
so he waltzes in.
Shirt.
Yes.
But he knows he's a good actor, so he knows he's got to pull the power play here, but he's got to do it with kindness. And he says, "If this concerns a certain Poppyland Wilkes, I'd like to assure everyone that she's merely a work affiliate of mine, and she most certainly has no such notebook in her possession." Bam, goodbye, idiots, right?
Yes.
And
there's like no proof.
Right. He's like, let me shut this down.
Yeah, well, let's shut this rumor down.
Right.
And so Vincent, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like it's his word against theirs. And I mean, he doesn't want them to get a word in edgewise, but it's like, I don't know if Vincent's gonna buy it. But yeah. We'll see.
So of course, Vince, not to be outdone, is like, "What are you doing here, Quinston? I came to check on you, Dad. I know the entire notebook thing has been stressing you out." Okay, Quincy, I love you to death, but everybody knows you avoid your dad like the plague. Like in 14 episodes, this is the first time we see those two as adults together in the same room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I love you, Quincy.
He's like, "Don't tell my dad I'm with you."
Right.
Don't tell my dad.
Is that my old man?
Is that him? Don't tell him I'm with you. Always what he's saying. Always avoids him like the plague. Yeah.
And I know Vincent isn't buying this, of course not. So, like, one, I think, like, is this risky for Quincy to do? Absolutely, because now his dad's going to suspect something. Like, why are you getting involved? What's going on here, right? Because he's not going to buy the whole you have concern for me. And then Martin opens his goddamn mouth and says, "But what about him? He's not supposed to be here. We're in the middle of a business meeting." And the death stare. He says, "Do I need your permission to be here with my bodyguard, Martin?"
It's like it's the way he was able to just shift so quickly.
Oh yeah. Like instantaneously.
Yeah, like that code switch happened like that.
With his beautiful green eyes.
I mean,
right?
He's someone that he's done it so often.
Yeah, he switches like a flip. And so I love that he gives this dig into Martin, and of course the street rats are like, "Oh shit," because they can sense him behind there. And Martin stumbles over his words. He says, No. Then shut your mouth. I'm speaking to my father. Or are you forgetting he isn't the only Baltimore you serve? Oh. I have been waiting for this. Oh my God. The spine on Quincy. I love to see it.
Finally.
I love when he asserts his dominance.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because he gives, he's not one to do that often. No.
So you know that, like, if he does use it, he's being very fucking serious. Like,
oh yeah.
He's not Tora. Tora is like serious 100% of the time and has 99.9% of the time and has like this much time for humor and fun, right?
Yeah.
And Quincy is like, when he has to be serious, like shit is going down and he knows how bad it is. And the thing that I love about this is that, like, I'm pretty sure Martin pissed himself. It's like the look on his face is like, apologies, young master. Haha, looks like my boy's feeling a little feisty today, eh, Martin?
See, and Vincent loves that. You could tell that he's kind of a sicko because he loves to see other people being put down, and he's very dynamic. It's all about power to him. Like, who's the most powerful? Who can put other people down? Who can squash them? And like that's what he's feeling proud of Quincy, because he was an asshole. Like that's what.
Oh, sure.
I know. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you when you assert your dominance over everyone by making them feel little. It's fucking gross.
Yeah. And so he says, I'll have a word with Tora, then we can talk. All right, Quinston? And what's interesting is he never stops calling him Quinston. He doesn't call him Quincy, right?
Yeah.
So that tells you right there, they do not. Yeah, this is not a familial thing, right? Like, and I think that's a jab at Quincy calling him dad. Because like, I don't think that he like calls him dad in that kind of affectionate way. And so it's his subtle way of saying, I know you're full of shit right now.
Yeah.
It's also like he has this vision of Quincy for what he wants him to be. He's not accepting him as who he is as Quincy. He's like, you are Quinston. You have a lineage to live up to.
Yeah.
This is what I want you to be. You have to live up to the Quinston name that we gave you.
For sure. And so, of course, in the background, we see Martin. He's still quaking in his boots. Apologies, your master. I'll have a word with Tora, then we can talk. All right, Quinston. And so we see Tora kind of like isolated in the background, kind of in that same stance he was in episode, I think it was 13. Can't remember, but it was the one where he had that first chat in that room. And Quincy, being the guy that he is, he knows what's going to happen here. And as they're passing by each other, Quincy says, Dad. And he's like, I'll deal with you later. Shut up before you disgrace me any further.
That's so terrible.
Yeah. He's just like, here we go again.
Yeah, and he does seem resigned rather than like mortally wounded, because he knows this. He's, been here before.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure it still hurts, but maybe it doesn't hurt as much because he's done it over and over and over again, like you said.
Yeah,
it just sucks.
Poor guy.
At this point, he's at least able to stand up for himself.
Yeah,
that's true. Child, he was able to.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is because like we know that this facade isn't, like Vincent knows this facade isn't real. They're getting real when they're in close quarters. And then Quincy is basically like, this is his kind of like fuck it moment where he's like, you need to stop taking it out on him, Dad.
Yeah.
Like he could have just passed by and let it go and said nothing, but he's like, well, fuck it. If you're going to insult me and this is my only chance to say this, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking, which has to be different. And of course, Vince. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, we don't get to see their dynamic much because, like you said, he's been avoiding his father the whole entire story. But I always wonder myself, like, how real is Quincy with his father? Like, has he just been not showing him his true self? Has he been trying to be his true self and just being rejected? But, like, how real can he be? Like, this is the most real that we've heard him be to his father. I wonder, like, how much do they actually communicate? Oh, we'll see.
Yeah. And so Vince, being who he is, he says, who's going to stop me if I don't? He's basically calling Quincy on his crap. Like, I don't think you're going to stop me and I'm going to do what I want. You're still picking the side of an outsider.
Ugh. It's all about family, all about blood.
All about that fucking lineage. It's so dumb.
It's because, like, if I think about it, and of course we see this coming up, he's not just the son of one clan elite. He's the son of two, right? And so we've seen in earlier episodes, he is very clearly chosen the Alton side of the clan. Like, he most associates with them. He may have the Boltzmann name, but in name only. Right. And so I think that is part of what's coming into play here, is that Quincy doesn't believe, like, I seriously doubt he believes in anything that Vincent believes in. Right.
No.
Like, he's like, I think there was maybe a part of him as a small child that wanted to have a regular relationship with his dad, but I don't know that that's possible with someone like Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe once he started, like, there might have been a time where, like, he bought into Vince's stuff when he was really young, I suspect. And then at some point he started rebelling against that. Cause I go back to that picture that we saw of Quincy and the guys. And I'm thinking, like, was this partially his way of trying to impress his dad, but then also he used it later to rebel against him? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of where my brain goes with it. What do you ladies think?
I think it's very normal, like, for a young child to want to impress their father. So, and, you know, especially before your morals get formed as you become a thinking human being. I think, you know, he grew up with the mafia life. It's normal for him. He doesn't know any better. So yeah, I'm sure that as a young person, he did, you know, but which is, and just credit to Quincy for how much of a nice guy he is, despite how, you know, impressive.
For sure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Vincent just kind of always wished he had an heir that viewed the world the way he does. And he probably attempted to groom Quincy when he was younger. But he has too much of his mom in him for that to have happened. And luckily he had the mom that he had, because she probably kept him from turning into Vincent.
Yeah. Most likely.
And so that's probably why he's so, you know, like,
I just think
disgraced by him.
I just think it's total bullshit when it's like, you're expected to side with quote unquote family just because you're blood related. But and like, I've been through that too, where it's like, you're not going to side with me, I'm your family member, sort of thing. But I'm like, no, because what's right is right. And just because you're saying some bullshit doesn't mean I'm going to back you up just because you're blood. So I think Vince is so, like, dumb for thinking that Quincy's gonna do that for him. Because first of all, Quincy already knows that his dad's kind of a terrible person anyways. And so he's not gonna side at someone like that, and he'll always be like best friends forever with Tora. So he's always gonna have his back.
Yeah.
I mean, they have deep-seated trauma bond.
So,
because of Vincent. And now he's kind of like, why do you keep taking his side? I'm like, bitch, because they had to.
You kind of made that happen.
They had no choice but to always rely on each other, because you tormented the both of them in very different ways. So yes, they have deep-seated trauma bonds, and on top of familial, like, brotherly bonds. You can't get in front. You can't get between that. Like, you just can't. You're not going to be able to ever break that. It's like, of course, they will always be the two of them against their abuser. Like, why wouldn't they? Why would one of them ever take their abuser's side when they grew up together feeling that abuse? So he's so dumb. Vincent is so dumb. He's so narcissistic, and everything has to be about him.
He's so far up his own ass. Like, and then we get, so in this next bit we get an interruption, and it says, whoops, looks like they're busy. And then we see somebody walk in that looks like 𝗀𝗲 and says, hello, Vinny, don't mind us, we can wait. Oyuun? So clearly he was not expecting her. Aha, there you are, Quincy boy. My sister. That is your grandmother.
Also says I was not expecting.
Yeah, the bulged eyes. Yeah, he's done. And it says, my sister, that is your grandmother Alton, sends her regards.
Wait, can I interrupt for a second? Who is saying my sister? Who is saying that? Is that Vince? Is it Quincy? Like, who is saying my sister?
I think
assuming
it's
my
Oyuun.
sister-in-law, like, is Vince saying that?
No,
I'm still so confused.
This Oyuun, the woman is saying it.
Yeah.
So she is the sister to Quincy's grandmother.
So great auntie.
So she's the great.
Okay.
She's the sister to his maternal grandmother.
Yeah.
Wow, she looks incredible then.
Right? Right? I want to know her skincare routine.
She's the younger sister, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, actually, she probably would be, because if the sister's one that is in charge of the Alton clan, when it's generally passed down to the eldest, so then she would be the younger sister. That's why she looks still quite young.
And the one who's going to take over. So she's
okay. I am now not as confused.
I was only a little confused.
Well, I remember on Patreon when Emily commented, like, great aunt. Okay, but like for me, I am so confused whenever people are like, blah, 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 great aunt, or like so and so. Distant cousin. Like, I don't understand those things. So I'm just like, okay, great.
Yeah, well, in my world, we're just like, we say Lola, so Lola that, or whatnot. When you're talking about,
we just call everyone
your grandparents,
auntie.
like siblings. You just you put the honorific and then their name, but then it's like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's just easier. Like great aunt just sounds really long.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And so she steps in. Clearly, this is a power move
for sure. She's like,
because she's
the Alton,
right? Like she's like, oh, so sorry, I didn't mean to budge into your meeting, when she very well intended to do just that. Which tells you how much power and status she has over Vincent, that she can just waltz in and interrupt, kind of like 𝗀𝗲 did during the whole like park scene last season, right?
Yeah.
And like, your grandmother Alton sends her regards. Like, that's such a like, sends her regard, like, you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
And Smithy over here, yes, madam, she's here. Requests, not much, but she sent the master's guards away. They said they prefer to have their own guards around. She didn't bring just like a couple of guards. She brought a fucking army.
She did. She was like, I am preparing myself.
Right. Just to visit, just to stop by.
Yes. I mean, she is flexing so hard.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay, so now I'm curious. Okay, so Baltimore obviously is a very, very notorious name. But is it a notorious name only in Narin City? Like, how far is their reach? Because something is telling me that the Alton clan has a much farther reach.
Yeah.
In Narin, the country. Because they definitely flex like they have more power than Vincent. And the way, like, he's so easily manipulated by his wife shows that she has really great influence, because she has the backings of a much more powerful family.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking their reach is definitely more national. And Vincent's reach is just contained to the city and surrounding areas of Narin City. That's my theory.
He's a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
So that'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Also, can I just point out, like, not so related to any, but Smithy has had the same expression the 3 times you've seen the comic. It's the same panel. Maybe with like now it has the phone, but like,
oh yes, his perpetually panicked face.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
this man will never change. He is constant.
He's always in a panic. This
Yeah.
poor man. And you know he secretly works for 𝗀𝗲. He
Oh,
only fakes
for
like
sure,
he works
for
for
sure.
Vincent, but he truly actually works for 𝗀𝗲.
Oh, I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like he secretly like paints like beautiful landscapes or something on the side. Like he's way too stressed out for this job. This is not for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're trying to get to the point where they like kick Vincent out of the whole thing so that poor Smithy can fucking retire already. But you know,
Yeah.
he's the one probably doctoring the books.
Yes.
Oh gosh. But yeah, shit's about to hit the fan, guys. Like, I am
So we
wondering.
all have all the theories, right?
Yes, let's
Yes.
talk about the theory.
All the
theories.
theories.
Poppy, how is she related?
Obviously, like she's biggest theory, which is plausible. She is Poppy's grandmother.
Wait. No, Poppy's mom. That always has to be said first.
No, I don't think
how
Poppy's mom. They
how
have
does
different
she
eye
even look
color.
like Poppy?
I don't
Right.
personally
Have to
see the
say it.
resemblance.
No,
but-
you have to. It must always be said, no matter how far-fetched. Okay? Like,
Oh my god.
we can't let that
Listen.
tradition die.
Listen.
But yes,
Yeah, I know.
no,
I know it's a tradition.
I want to fully believe now, truly, that Quincy and Poppy are cousins in cousins somehow.
But
Maybe.
why would like Lily make a secret garden of Quincy and Poppy then?
Yeah,
Just
it's
to throw
not
everyone
real
off.
life. Yeah, it's separate. It's not canon.
I don't believe it.
Here's the thing, and I will always come back to this, even though I know she changed the summary, but the summary initially said that there was potential for another relationship, and you guys know I will die on this hill
For
and
the
I will
love triangle thingy, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
still
remember
fully
that.
believe in the love triangle. Now, does this
Yeah.
mean that I'm a fool for love triangles? Absolutely, and I want to see it, and fandom be damned, I don't care. Right? Is it outlandish? Maybe, but I want it. I love it, but whatever.
But like, why would this woman just show up out of nowhere?
I think
she didn't show up just to hang out with Quincy.
So here's the thing. I think because remember this whole time that Poppy and Tora were out gallivanting trying to save Louise, they left Quincy on his own, right? So he somehow managed to get back to Narin City, and I think he made some phone calls. He knew shit was hitting the fan because I'm pretty sure Vincent was like, where the fuck are you? Get your ass back home. Right. And I think he kind of knew what was about to happen. And so he called in reinforcements. That's my personal theory on what's going on.
Yeah. But then why did Quincy look so surprised?
That I don't know. Maybe he was surprised at who they sent.
Why was,
no.
if Vincent was expecting Quincy to be there, why did Vincent also look surprised that Quincy had shown up?
I don't think he expected Quincy to barge in on the meeting because Quincy avoids him like the plague. So I don't know. Yeah. I could be wrong there. But I'm telling y'all right now, she's not Quincy's. She is not Poppy's mom. She is not her grandmother. I don't buy it. Not gonna buy it.
Yeah, I don't buy it either.
Poppy's mom. We've seen Poppy's mom.
I don't think she's Poppy's mom. I definitely do not think she's Poppy's mom.
So okay. So the whole mom thing. What's your theory on how they're related? I'm want to hear you out.
My
what
theory
you got?
is maybe perhaps like Quincy's mom wanted a slower life.
Yeah.
She wanted out, so she goes and she marries someone from this small town, just living.
Oh, you're talking about Poppy's mom?
Yes, Poppy's mom.
Okay.
Living simply, happily, all that stuff. But then, shit got like life came back, and then she's like, fuck, the best way to be, to protect my daughter is to leave my daughter. And then go back to doing clan business with the Altons, where she can protect Poppy, but from a distance.
So you're thinking that
like,
mom is clan adjacent?
I wish you the best. Like she's always still referencing her mom as if like her mom will adventure. Is how she likes, how Lily likes to put Easter eggs in there? I feel like she keeps mentioning her mom is because her mom will show up at some point, or not
that I do
show
believe.
up, but show that she had made certain kinds of sacrifices on behalf of Poppy's safety. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, she was the daughter of this one, and she realized she couldn't live that life, but she didn't want it for her daughter. So she went back.
The only reason I disagree with that theory is if we go back, I'm like flashing back to that episode where Poppy had a flashback when her mom left. Homegirl was straight up reading the news when her daughter is screaming and crying and like, mommy, don't leave me, right? Like, I don't care how much you have to leave to save your child kind of thing. Like, you can't even give your kid a hug. You can't acknowledge it. You have no emotion on your face. Like, that part I just don't buy, right?
No, maybe she just had to like harden herself to be able to handle it.
I just think there's some moms that don't give a shit about their kids.
Yeah.
And I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
Okay, so
not from myself.
Do you think that Oyuun has anything to do with Poppy then? Darla and Patty?
No, not at all. So, and here's why I don't think she has anything to do. One, I don't see the resemblance at all. I would say if anything, we have a potential candidate for an illegitimate child in Candy. But that's all as far as like looks go. Now, as far as like parentage, and I know people have talked about, thinking about Poppy is connected to the mob. And so I think that's where a lot of this happens is they're like, oh, this is a mob character. Maybe it's Poppy's mom, because they're trying to figure out, why would a mother leave her child? Well, if she's mob connected, then that would make sense, right? Because they're trying to work it out in their minds so that the mom doesn't end up being an asshole, right? Because we put mothers on pedestals in our culture, and I think in a lot of cultures. And like you were saying, Darla, like some moms are just shit, right? Not all moms are good moms. Some people don't want to be moms, and they are moms, right? And so I think like the fandom tries to explain it away in these ways because it makes them uncomfortable to think that a mother would leave her child, right? And I think I talked about that in the earliest of episodes, but I mean, Darla, I'm glad you brought that up again, because I think it just really kind of hits home with that. And then the other piece to my theory is that I think that it's actually her dad that's clan related. Right, because homeboy knew a little bit too much about that white van that just happened to be passing by, and he also dude was skilled, right? He was skilled in tech. He knew what he was doing. Well, clans of today, they need people who have those skills, just like any business, right? So I could see that happening, and like the address change and all of that stuff. Who would be talented enough to be able to change those addresses? Well, that would be her dad, right? So that's kind of like my theory is that she's connected through the dad, whether it's clan official or clan adjacent. And I think her mom is just a shitty human being. It's not a comforting theory, but that's what I have.
I can agree.
You look like you have more to say about that.
Agree. And you ended on
two asterisk.
Well, I mean, you say it better than I say it. I just think, you said the same thing where her dad knows too much about that life, So and no information from mommy that she knows about that life. So what information do we have of her just a picture of her in a frame, in a heart frame, looking like a total bitch, or you know, another reference of her reading the newspaper, gonna get on a train and leaving her crying child alone and appearing as if she doesn't care. And yeah, so like I know firsthand, because I've been in that situation where I knew someone that completely abandoned her daughter because she was a shit mom. So yeah, I've seen it firsthand that there's mothers that exist like that, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
And daughters especially, well, and sons, will be scarred for life because of that.
Yeah.
And have abandonment issues and stuff like that. So and I feel like Poppy's doing like okay, you know, for herself. Oh, I guess, you know,
Not this whole
okay, considering all the situation, but you know, yeah, before the situation, she was doing okay.
Yeah, I think also it's not. I mean, Patty, as to your point about us wanting to justify her mom's actions, I think it's because also we're just trying to get the plot to cohere, and we assume that every detail is involved in the mafia plot. So like her mother being a bad mom, that is like just a tangent to the story. It's not part of the whole drama mystery. And we want it to be part of the mystery. So I think that's the second reason that we're trying to bring her back in, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear you. And don't get me wrong. Like, do I think Poppy's mom is going to pop up again? Absolutely. Right. Because like, why would Lily give her mom that kind of screen time when she could just as easily write her off? Right.
Yeah.
So I think you know, again, we can all be proven wrong here, and none of us will see it coming. Chances are
about Gil and fucking Shark.
Right?
Oh yes.
That was
worst BL romance ever.
Oh man, that was gross. So gross.
Am I the only one that wants to see a secret garden of it? Or shits and giggles only,
no,
not
you're the only one.
Okay, for laughs, I'm with you.
Yeah, I would want to. I'm curious to see like who's the top, who's the bottom, like who is like. I want to see the scenery, like.
Want to hear their pillow talk?
Like I want to see like how it happened.
Wait, between Shark and Gil?
Yeah, maybe that's just like the pervert.
Well, Shark is definitely he's the top. He even mentioned about going into
the alleyway or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, maybe they're a switch couple. That can also. I mean, it's not like they don't exist.
I don't know. It's just kind of. I think it'd be entertaining to see Gil being like a little bitch in that moment, you know. Kind of entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know that's not gonna happen, but
it's
you know, I can envision it.
Maybe the stars can align and Kuromono can take like a break real quick to do some.
Oh my god, you know she's not gonna do that. She's so not gonna do that.
I know. Pipe dreams.
Yeah.
It's okay. I can envision it in front of Louise's quote unquote dead body. Poor thing has to watch the whole thing.
Ridiculous.
Oh god.
Yeah. How awful to have to just sit there
and hear the noises.
And hear the noises coming out of your husband as he's getting railed. Like that's
oh god, that's so terrible. But like I am entertained by that.
You can draw that, Darla.
No, I rather not.
You just want to read it and see it, but that you don't want to draw it.
I mean, I could, but I don't have the time for that. I barely have the time for me.
That's true.
Well, what are your predictions for next episode? Like, what do you think Ulan, did I say Ulan? That's funny. Oyuun.
Did he say Mulan?
I said Ulan instead.
Oh,
I
yeah.
meant Oyuun.
Because Patty's right there.
Yeah. It's just the
because
vibe.
of the
We miss you,
double,
Ulan. Come back.
Probably extended syllable. Anyway, but what do you think Oyuun is gonna do? Like, what's gonna happen next episode?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no predictions for next episode. None.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
like you were saying, like if they're both surprised that she's there, then yeah, I don't know. Because if she's not there to back Quincy up, like what's going on that they needed to pull rank? Which means there might be other things that are bigger going on outside of this notebook thing.
Ooh, maybe the 9 daggers incident.
Maybe, because they did bring him up, and they did bring up Goliath. And I mean, the Altons seem smart enough. They probably know the ins and outs of everything that's going on with this. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're worried about the notebook too. And they also want to, take care of it.
Yeah. Do we think maybe that 𝗀𝗲, in the conversations that she's had with Quincy prior to this, like I'm thinking like 10, 15 episodes ago, when she like did that impromptu like cruise thing with Vincent, to the things we do for our kids.
Right.
I'm wondering if he was like, hey, can you get the family ready kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Like she just kind of knew shit was gonna go down and just have them
Maybe.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is like the second time that his mom has intervened and kind of like stuck her nose in because she has the power. So I don't know. It could be that, but it could be something completely different too.
Yeah, because I mean, it's obvious that the mom knew based off of how Smitty's like, yes, madam, she's here. Like keeping her date, letting her know. Like, so obviously 𝗀𝗲 knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So she definitely had a hand in it.
Well, we assume she's talking to her. But,
so I wouldn't be surprised if she showed up in the next episode. Just to add
that's entirely
to it.
possible.
Yeah. Because, there's always great power in numbers, and Vincent's just standing by himself against 3 𝗤𝗏𝗻s. Or, sorry.
𝗤𝗏𝗻s?
I know, I just combined them.
It's the ship name.
Oh, that is so funny.
Oops, that came out. I mean, Alton, or yeah.
𝗤𝗏𝗻 is
Thinking
perfect.
about the Nissan Altima.
Yes.
I love it.
Their wedding invitation.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, if it's 3 of them against Vincent, then it'll be really hard for him to regain control of the situation. Because he's gonna feel overpowered, and when a narcissistic little man feels like he's not in control of the situation, and it's not about him, he's gonna fucking spiral.
Good.
He's gonna explode.
I am happy this is going to go down.
Yeah.
Let him just have a tantrum in front of the Altons, and they'd be like, nope, we're pulling rank, you're out.
Yeah.
Everyone live happily ever after.
I know,
Unfortunately.
right? Only.
Right.
No more obvious stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So, what was everyone's favorite panel this episode?
Favorite panel.
Oh, okay, I know mine. Mine is where Quincy goes like this and he says, Dad, because this is just like Quincy's reaching out with his like last hope. And he's trying to do the right thing, and he's trying to reach his father at a personal level and like use the relationship that he has with him to get him to do the right thing. And it's him being hopeful again, like our dear optimist. He's trying again to reach for the good side of people, make them do the right thing. And he's failing, but he's still trying. And that's that's my favorite thing about Quincy. He's just such a good little boy.
Yeah.
But this one's mine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one's mine.
The other one I was gonna pick.
I knew you'd pick that one.
Yeah, that was
We
the other
got-
one I was gonna pick. Because that one's
Yeah.
so
Darla, is that because of Tora?
Yeah, it's just because his you can feel his like his BDE
I was about to say his big dick
Oh,
energy.
yeah.
like
Yes.
you know here
Amongst
like
all of them.
oh.
We'll fill in
It
the
is
details.
again his belt
I can see.
galore. No, cashmere jacket.
No, but
Thrusting against his elbow.
I just realized that his big dick energy really is showing off right there.
See,
It
that's
is.
why.
Holy shit,
That's
I
why
didn't
it's my favorite. His
We have
BD is
ta-
radiating in from that picture.
It's
Oh my
really
gosh.
coming
That-
I love it.
that's hilarious. It's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
We're like Scharch tests.
I have to say I was a little torn because you guys know I love when Quincy kind of gives the like fuck you face, right?
Mhm.
But I gotta give it to Oyuun. Like she just walked in there, power
Mhm.
stance, like screw your little meeting. I'm here. I love
Yeah.
it. Love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm so excited for next week. This is gonna be great.
Mhm.
Yes,
This
very
week.
much so.
Several days. It's already Tuesday, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Exciting stuff and juicy, and I hope it keeps being juicy Mafia stuff.
Oh yes. Give me all the Mafia plot.
Mhm.
I'm more Quincy. I'm happy Quincy's back. Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much, Veronica, Darla, and Patty. This was really, really lovely, and I'm super happy that we talked.
Yeah.
We talked. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. We talked was the right way, but we podcasted.
Yes. Yes. Definitely get some rest, Mindy.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks so much, ladies.
Thank you for
Have a
having us.
wonderful
It's
night.
always
Bye.
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 Thank you to my current patrons: Susie, Lily, Molly, Veronica, Emily, Jo Rochelle, Saucy Tuggles, Anne Rose, Alexa, Misty, Joanne, Esther, Watching You People, Emily, Jane, Kay, Lily, Beckett, Duranda, Christine, Sadie, Teresa, Mrs. Castaldo, Emma, Bora, Ruby, and Robin. Your support is truly appreciated.